Welcome you guys to another team training. We do this every Tuesday at 12 p.m. or noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific, and we go into different parts of the business model as well as other ways that can help you on a personal and professional development level to accelerate things like business and personal goals. We always like to start out with kind of reviewing what we did last week. Last week, we went through booking appointments and follow-up system for agents. This is how to turn conversations into outcomes. Creating leads is half the battle. Being able to work through those leads, follow up with those leads, and create meaningful outcomes from those leads is the other half of the battle. So this is all about really understanding and mastering how to open, continue, and direct conversations. That's all we really do. And once you understand that, and once you put the tools in place that are essential or are meaningful for your business, this all becomes a very easy process of just sorting people and then managing your systems and making sure everything's running smoothly. So if you need to revisit that, or if you have agents come in your agency that need this training, instead of you having to go through that with them, you can just direct them to this training. So today we're going to continue on our training, and we're going to really talk about something that I think is really, really important and timely. It's using AI in your business. And I want you guys to look at AI as not dreading it, something else I have to learn. You should be extremely excited about it. I was one of the first people to sign up for ChatGPT because I understood what it could do for me and my business, and in terms of saving time, energy, resources, a lot of the things that we're going to go through today. So don't look at it as a burden. Don't look at it as a dread, something else you have to learn. Be excited about it because it can become a force multiplier for you as an agent in terms of production or in terms of you in your pursuit of agency build out. So we're going to talk about how do we use this, what's important, why do we need it, and why is the time right now? AI matters because at every point of digital disruption, guys, you're going to have industries that change. The insurance industry and financial services is no different. The only thing is, it takes a lot more disruption in our industry because it's so big and so slow moving. So, when you look at AI and what it can do for you, I don't think that AI is optional anymore. I think it's a must have. And the people that learn AI and they implement AI and they really dig down deep to understand what AI can do for their business are going to come out ahead. The gap between those agents who use AI and those who don't is widening, and it's widening incredibly fast. This is not about being techie. You do not have to be techie to understand, use, and take advantage of AI. This is about speed. This is about clarity. And this is about leverage. AI will not replace agents. If we were in that situation, what's the point of even training? We'd be on borrowed time, right? So that's not going to happen. But agents who use AI will replace those who don't. So understand where we are, understand how it affects the industry, and understand, the difference between those who are embracing it and those who are turning their back to it. So what is AI and what is AI not? And this is important because you don't want to get confused about what it is and what it isn't. So what AI is, it's a thinking partner. It's a writing assistant, a clarity tool. It's a speed multiplier. These are the things that AI is. AI is not a replacement for conversations. It's not going to replace you. It's not going to replace the human element. It's not going to replace a lot of the things that we do in our business model that relies on human interaction and relationship building. So it's not a replacement for conversations or relationship building. It's not a shortcut around effort. It's going to free up your time from some of that stuff that you were manually doing. But that time cannot be wasted. It's got to be reinvested into your business for things like income producing activities. It is not a way to avoid execution. Execution is how you make things happen. It's how you turn the wheel, turn the crank, however you want to call it, to get your business moving. And AI is not a magic system that's going to run your business for you. It can do a lot, and we're going to talk about that, but it's not going to replace you. And if it was going to replace you, we'd be having a different kind of conversation. AI does not do the work for you. We still have to do the work. It helps you do the work faster, and it helps you do the right kind of work faster. When you guys are looking how AI fits into your business, just look at what you do. There's three core areas, and AI is going to assist with conversations. It's going to assist with follow-up and systems, and it's going to assist with execution and growth. These are the three core areas of what we do. We, open, continue, direct conversations. We follow up with those conversations that we've opened and attempted to direct and continue. And then, we concentrate on the execution, the growth of ourselves as a producer, ourselves as a manager and a leader in agency build out. It's going to assist you in all three of those core areas. And the other thing you have to ask yourself, if it doesn't help one of those three areas, what is it? It's probably a distraction. So AI can be a tool for your business, or it can be just like everything else, can be a distraction for your business, because you can get into long drawn out conversations or do research or create characters or, use it for non-business related stuff. And you can do that, but you have to have business related performance and framework for AI. Or like we talked about earlier, you're going to get passed up by the people who actually embrace this. It's a great thing to have by your side as a tool, bullet in your gun, whatever you want to call it, for lead generation and prospecting. This is how we can use AI. We can use it for draft outreach messages, whether that be text, email, direct messages. And what I found using AI over the last couple of years is that sometimes my writing can be long and drawn out. I can bring that, much shorter, clearer, more concise, more articulate by just putting it in AI. And I've learned through doing that, and now I'm starting to create shorter messages and shorter outreaches. So, whether it's just you wanting to perfect what you do in your writing, or you just don't know how to craft text messages, email, direct messages, you can use it for both. You can adjust your tone. So remember, everybody has different personalities, both us and our prospects. So maybe somebody needs to adjust the tone for who they're talking to, whether it be short, direct, professional, whatever it might be. Remember, different people are going to have different preferred methods of communication and different types of communication. AI can also help you guys create variations for different audiences. Remember, if you have an audience that something is working in and you want to replicate that or create a variation of that, that's something you can sit around, you can waste your whole day doing and probably not perfect it, or you can just load it up in a prompt in AI and get it done for you. Build follow-up sequences. If a lot of the business is done, if a lot of the recruiting is done, fifth, sixth, seventh plus interaction, how many agents are actually getting that many interactions or that many follow-ups? It's a very, very low percentage. So if you can automate some of this and build some of this stuff, and have that automation flowing, it's going to help you. It's going to help you be able to get in front of that person that many times to get the necessary replies, responses, qualifiers, disqualifiers, whatever comes up through those follow-up sequences. Clean up wording before sending. This is kind of like what I talked about a minute ago. Sometimes what we write ourselves is not an effective communication. So what I do, and like I just told you, is load it up. Hey, if you feel like, hey, this seems real, real wordy, I don't even know if I'm getting across the point that I'm trying to get across, just load it up and let it know, hey, exactly what I said. I feel like this is wordy. I'm not getting my point across. What do you think? It's going to let you know. It's going to, guys, allow you to have more conversations and less hesitation. And when you remove the hesitation from your business model, it allows you for a much smoother framework and a smoother cycle and a smoother model, because you're taking all the guesswork out, you're creating automation, you're creating messages that resonate with people. Everything that we're looking at right here, this is how agents can use AI right now, today, to start improving their business. AI helps you prepare. You still need to press send and have the conversation, or open your mouth and have the conversation, or whatever it is. So AI is not going to do the work for you. It's going to help you do the right work faster, like we just talked about. When you book appointments and when you follow up with people, look at your process right now. And that's the best way. Sometimes just going in and asking AI to evaluate your process, or evaluate your website, or evaluate your landing page, or evaluate whatever it is, it's going to give you an honest assessment. It really doesn't care how you feel. It's just going to give you an honest assessment. Remember, it's not emotional. It's a machine. So it's going to give you the good, bad, the ugly. Can you take that constructive criticism from AI? Hopefully you can. You don't get your feelings hurt, because it's only trying to help you improve. So the use cases here, Booking confirmation messages, reminder messages, no-show follow-up language, outcome-based follow-up templates, qualified, disqualified messaging. It's like a language tree, right? If something happens, what's happening on the other side? If it's all up to you, I guarantee you a lot of this stuff's not happening. Some of it might be happening, but it's not happening effectively. What about if you could bring this all in-house and between AI and the systems and the CRM that you have, that no matter what happens on the other side, the prospect side, you've got an answer or you've got an outcome for to shoot them out in some kind of different direction. What I see happening with people that are not using AI, they don't have CRMs. If there's like an appointment with a potential partner or potential client and it ends up in a no-show, it usually just goes off in la la land and it's never really dealt with again. And what does that mean? Well, that means there's no meaningful outcome. The outcome was that we basically lost and gave up, and we weren't organized or efficient enough to really keep these going. So AI plus CRM is going to equal consistency. It's also going to help you have higher show rates. It's going to help you have cleaner pipelines, and it's going to help you do less chasing. So the combination that you guys see as we put this together, it's a very, very easy equation from a surface level. You just have to put these pieces together. If you have a CRM, if you have an engine and a dashboard for your business, and you incorporate AI to help you with all the stuff that we're talking about today, it creates the consistency. It also lessens the hesitation, builds self-confidence, and creates all the stuff that we're talking about. More leads, more booked appointments, more consistent cash flow. And that's going to allow you to go out and be confident in attracting talent into your organization. So when you're in meetings and when you're handling objections, what you need to understand is that if you have a recording of a meeting, you have a transcript of a meeting, you can throw that in AI too. And from a post-meeting perspective, you can learn, hey, if you go through the education and you do the research, you come back and you don't get the sale, load it up in AI. What did I do wrong? What went wrong with this meeting? Sometimes it's as simple as you did all the work, but you didn't ask for the sale. And it's going to tell you that. Or it's going to tell you, hey, you went wrong here, went wrong there. If you can take constructive criticism and learn from your mistakes, what's going to happen? You're going to get better. And when you get better, better outcomes come. So AI can also help you prepare beforehand. If you want to go in and have a conversation, say, hey, I need you to be the other side. I'm going to try to sell you a product or service. I want you to rebuttal me. That's also how you can get better. You don't need a human for role play anymore. You can role play in the night, the morning, anytime that you need help, you can get on a system and you can get better at what you do. Before meetings, this is what we're talking about. Prepare discovery questions, clarify the purpose of the meeting, or simplify explanations. It's all stuff that you can do without the need for another person helping you. After meetings, draft follow-up messages, summarize notes, identify next steps. Remember, it's your job to tell people what to do. That's the next action step obsessed. AI is going to help you with that, especially if you're falling short on that. Why do we make this so important? Because if you don't do this, if you're not next action step obsessed, you're going to get off the meeting and then you've got a whole new set of tasks for yourself, which is to follow up with that person to schedule a meeting, which you should have done at the end of the meeting. Now you're creating more work for you. So you're working hard and not working smart. And then during the learning time, practice objections, practice role play scenarios, improve confidence. This is all can be done just interacting with AI, getting yourself better, better meetings, faster decisions. That's all you're looking for. If you can create better meetings and faster decisions, think about what's going to happen through your business. You're creating faster outcomes, better outcomes, more meaningful outcomes, and that's revenue and income growth. You need to be seen and you need to be heard. A lot of times years ago, this was tough for people because I had to sit down, create the content, whatever it might be. And some of us aren't creative. I'm an analytical person, but I've learned to be creative over the years because I had to be. And then AI takes it to another level. So AI for content and visibility, you need to be seen and you need to be heard, whether it's social posts, whether you're writing video scripts, whether you're repurposing content. What does that mean? That means I can take an article and I can create a video out of it, that I can create, a post out of it. So when you've got something that's decent that you've created, you can recycle it in different types of formats and frameworks and platforms to get the message out without having to go back and do something brand new. Email content, training summaries, AI can help with all of this. AI is a mentor, it's an employee, it's all of these things wrapped up into one if you're willing to go out and use it. Learn it and then implement what you learn and then teach other people. Consistency, guys, beats perfection. We are never going to be perfect. If you're waiting to be perfect, that's a veiled way to just procrastinate. You're never going to get anything done. Agents stay visible without burnout. Content creation a few years ago, very, very difficult. Lots of people burned out. You don't have to now. You don't have to be that creative person. You just have to know how to interact with systems and then be consistent with the interaction, be consistent with the post, be consistent with all of these things. And what happens over time? You're more seen and you're more heard, which builds that trust, rapport, and credibility. So that when people are talking to you, they've already seen you, they've already seen some of your stuff. And you don't have to do as much effort in the front of those meetings or calls, building the rapport, trust, and credibility. Time management and daily execution. This is going to be a make or break for your business. I see talented people come in with no time management, they don't make it. I see far less talented people come in and they're on top of their day and they're making it. So don't think this is about the most talented people. This is about who can be the most organized. Daily activity plans, priority setting, eliminating low value tasks, weekly schedules, turning goals into action. Think about if you had a mentor and that mentor is working with you on these actions, or you're going to meet with them. And then sometimes, that mentor is not going to remember everything from the previous meeting. AI will. The more you interact with AI, the more it understands about who you are, what your strengths are, what your weaknesses are. And you can go in here and say, hey, I'm not making any money. What's wrong with me? I can't get anything done. What's happening? It's going to ask you some questions. You answer those questions honestly, and it's going to give you the reasons why things aren't happening. Now, you can do one of two things with those answers. You can choose to ignore them and justify your excuses, or you can really digest those and take them to heart and learn how to improve yourself. AI helps you decide what matters today. Better focused, less overwhelmed. A lot of the times we go into our day as an agent, and I see agents not really even sure what they're supposed to be doing. If you go into your day and you're not sure what you're supposed to be doing, the day's pretty much already a failure. So map it out, get the most out of your time. It doesn't mean you have to sit down in a chair for 10 hours a day. It just means when you are doing the activity for the business, come in with intensity, energy, aggressiveness, and then back away for a little while. Like rounds of a boxing match, how many rounds can you win to win the match? AI can also, guys, help you greatly with recruiting and agency building. It's going to support, just like on the production side, it's going to mirror the agency build out on the distribution side. It can help you recruit messages or help you draft messages for recruitment. It can help you onboard and explain the onboarding process. Think about if you onboard and then you've got onboard explanations, you've got videos for onboarding, which is everything you should have set up for your agency eventually, then guess what? You don't have to sit down with these people one-on-one. You can send them to a university. You can send them to a library of things they can learn about and let them learn, because if somebody's unwilling to learn, we can't help them. If they are willing to learn, there's probably a lot of things we can do to help them. But that's how you sort your time as an agency builder. Is somebody willing to put the time, energy, resources into learning this business and then having the activity to do that? If great. If so, great. Put some chips behind them, so to speak. If not, wait until they do. Team communication templates, follow-up recruiting conversations, training outlines. Remember, recruitment is no different from the client conversations. It's going to take probably a number of conversations to bring in somebody worthwhile. And so you schedule it. You have Q&A calls, you have online, walkthroughs, whatever it might be. Create a system, test it. If it works, introduce it to other people. AI supports duplication. Leadership still requires your presence. You can scale without chaos. Have you ever seen a business that grew too fast? They didn't really have the systems in place and then everything kind of came falling down. That's what happens. You cannot build a house without a foundation. It'll stay up for a while, but eventually it's going to come crashing down. So if you can create duplication, if you can create frameworks and systems, and then you can be the leader and introduce people and show them how to win, man, there is nothing that's going to stop you from building this to a point where even you are surprised at the results. When you adopt this strategy for your business and really for you personally as well, never ending learning equals never ending growth. If you learn and implement and learn and implement and learn and implement, the growth is never going to stop. If you stop learning, you can't implement anything. And then you're going to start decaying, contracting, and basically dying, whether that's your business, whether that's you spiritually, whether that's you physically, whatever it is. So you have to continue to feed whatever it is that you want to grow. AI evolves, guys. Markets evolve. Just since I've been in financial services for the past 13 years or so, I've seen huge changes in the markets, in clients, in marketing, and how we interact. So everything has changed. Your skills must evolve. Agents who stay curious, they're going to learn faster, they're going to adapt quicker, and they're going to stay competitive. If you, once again, get into this habit of learning and implementing what you're learning, there's nothing that's going to stop you. The moment the learning stops, the growth stalls. Your business is either growing or dying, expanding or contracting. There's really no middle ground there. So you have to understand it's your job to push the ball forward. It's your job to continue to go up the mountain. You're not taking everybody with you. You're taking the ones who want to go. We don't want to get into using technology as another time waster. And I know I see it happen all day long. We get notifications, we get messages, we get dings, we get alerts, and all of a sudden, whatever we're doing, we just drop it. And it could be 15, 20, 30 minutes later before we get back to it. And then we've lost our rhythm. We've lost our momentum. So this is how not to use AI. Don't use AI to avoid conversations. It is the most important thing that you can do in your business is to have conversations. Contacts equal contracts. The more people you talk to, the more business is coming in. This is not a training on what to say today. We have those trainings and I can help you guys on an individual basis if you need it. Also, don't use AI to copy and paste without thinking. Don't just get in the habit of having it do it and then not even reading what you're copying and pasting. Does it make sense? Sometimes AI can make mistakes or sometimes it can not exactly interpret what you're trying to do. Make sure you're reading through it. And if it's not correct, correct it before you put out. You don't want to put out garbage and you don't want to put out things that you didn't really put much thought behind. Don't overcomplicate things with AI. Keep it simple. The old saying KISS, so to speak, keep it super simple. But don't overcomplicate your relationship in using AI and don't delay action chasing the perfect prompts. Just like everything else you do, if you're looking for the perfect moment, if you're looking for the perfect language, if you're looking for the perfect opportunity, whatever it is, that's just allowing you to kick the can down the road, not really understand what you should be doing. Action still wins, guys. So all of this is just trying to help you accelerate, help you with time management, organization, framework, and systems. You still have to have the daily activity. So here's the call to action. I just want simple adoption. If you're using AI, if you've been around for a while and I've been talking about it for a while and you adopted it, great. We can all get better at using it. On the other hand, if you're not using AI, then have a realistic expectation. And you're not going to master something using it for 1 week. So start with 1 to 2 use cases. What's the most important thing right now? What's a needle mover for my business? What do I need the most help with it? Start with those 1 to 2 use cases. Apply AI to today's task. Whatever you're doing today, see if you can integrate a little bit of AI to help you with it. And then don't try to master everything at once. What is it that's my biggest problem in my business right now? Is it lead generation? Is it time management? Is it organization? Start there and then learn by, just like we get in front of our prospects, what's the biggest financial stress point? What's the biggest financial goal you have? That's what we're going to address first. Same thing here. What is the thing that you need to address? Start using it. AI will not build the business for you, but it will help you build it faster, better, and with more meaningful outcomes like we've been talking about. I'm going to leave you guys. We're going to end this meeting on this today. This is really what we're going forward with success. It's a simple equation. What does success equal? When our business, it equals you, and you, there's a lot that goes into you, right? So I don't want to minimize that. You're a huge part of this. But when you add in AI and when you add in a central dashboard engine, the one we use is Go High Level with our partnership with Mastermind Marketing, that's what's going to give you success. If you can plug all these 3 things, add you plus AI plus the go high level, you're going to find a lot of success in this business if you're willing to do the things that we talked about today. Accept constructive criticism, learn, get better, implement what you learn, and then test it. And once you understand your business, what are you doing? You're making data-driven decisions. It's a lot easier to throw fuel on the fire, understanding what to expect, than not knowing and just saying random outcomes, random activity. That is a real way to drift, get frustrated, and quit. So this is the formula for success. Let us know what you need, implement these tools, get better, and watch what happens over the next 12, 24, 36 months.